Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sidianto. I'm from Group 1 and now I'm as the moderator. I will open the discussion about our material is Marxism, Neo-Marxism, and popular culture. And I will invite the first presenter, Ega Sulfianti. Ega Sulfianti, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Eva Surfianti, and today I will explain about neo-Marxism. In the view of neo-Marxism is not only the form of criticism of the capitalism system, but also provide statistical information explaining the relationship between capitalism and the third world, which is not only negative. The neo-Marxist thinking was represented by two theorists, Bill Warren and Justin Rosenberg. Bill Warren provided an explanation of the relationship between capitalism and the third world, while Justin Rosenberg explained in third world relationship and global social relations. Capitalism is a positive change to an feudalism in Europe, while offering three important things, which are the greater access to natural research, the access to education and the better health, research, the access to education and the better health than Europe in the Middle Age. Overall, even though capitalism is economical bad, whereas the capitalism is causing a significant setback.
Okay, thank you, Ega Sulfianti. And the material will be continued by Fadil Ramadan. Fadil Ramadan, time is yours.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fadil Ramadan. Here I'm going to tell you about Marxism. Marxism is a social, political, and economic philosophy named after Karl Marx, which examined the effect of a capitalist on labor, productivity and economy developing, and argues of a world revolution to a fortune capitalist in favor and of communists. Marxism posits the struggle between social class, specifically between the burghers or capitalists and the proletariat or worker, and the different economic relation in capitalist economy will inevitably lead to revolution communist. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, now we will continue our material. And the next presenter is Rini Surastika. Rini Surastika, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rini Surastika and I will explain about Marxism and political economy. For the first, I will explain of Marx and ideology. Apparently, Karl Marx doesn't have a clear definition of ideology. Even Karl Marx also has different views about ideology. He said that the mind usually develops and changes frequently. It seems like the intention of Karl Marx here is that everyone has different thought patterns and think it will experience growth and change over time. One of Karl Marx's views refers to the development of mindset based on the theory commoditivism. The first approach that puts forward opinions regarding dominant ideas in the social sphere has been distributed and enforced by the ruling class to secure and preserve its rules. In the Karl Marx discussion forums shows that the dominant idea accepted in the social sphere is the idea given by the ruling class, in which there are also ideas related to popular culture. So if the working class wants to oppose the dominant ideas expressed by societies, this working class must develop ideas to produce these ideas so that they are accepted by the wider community. This perspective on ideology stresses the role of human agency and struggle. The ruling class constructs and circulates ideas which secure its power because they dominate the minds of the working class. However, the material conditions of exploitation and oppression experienced by the working class make it opposed and struggle against the ruling class by producing its own ideas and together its own industrial and political organizations. Therefore, a dominant ideology, the ideology of the ruling class, enables the ruling class to rule by controlling this emergence and consciousness of the working class and other groups who are outside the ruling class but who are subject to its ideas. Another thing that became the focus in the ideas expressed by Karl Marx was the presence of Murdoch and Golding who tried to adapt Karl Marx's ideological views related to the political economy approach and analyzing the mass media. However, apart from the theory of commoditativism, Marx appears to have had a further and more deterministic theory about the place of ideology in the structure of capitalist societies. Murdoch and Golding's ideas are both interpretations of Marx's ideas. There are several differences in perspective that finally Murdoch and Golding incorporate into their conception of a political economy of the mass media, because it offers the idea he has put as the political economy of civil society. It can be taken to include the modern media, until finally Murdoch and Golding combine the two ideas. It means the ideas of Murdoch and Golding, they are combined with they with Karl Marx ideas. This is my material for the next material about for the next explain about Marxism and political economy. Continue by Yustianingsi. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yustianingsi, and today I want to explain my material about Marxist and political economy, atau yang sering disebut ekonomi politik Marxis atau NPA, menunjukkan bahwa serangkaian perspektif ekonomi politik yang secara luas terkait dengan tradisi tulisan. Secara umum, NPA terdiri dari analisis integratif ekonomi, yaitu masyarakat dan politik. Bidang ini juga tidak dianggap sebagai terisolasi, tetapi sebagai struktur yang saling bergantung, yang berevolusi secara historis. Analisis ini melibatkan eksploitasi tenaga kerja dan modal dalam mode produksi kapitalis merupakan mendasar bagi pemahaman dinamika analisis ini. Dari perspektif ini, modal dan tenaga kerja mewakili dua kelas antagonis. Yang pertama ditandai dengan kepemilikan alat-alat produksi, dan yang kedua terdiri dari pekerjaan upahan gratis dalam arti ganda. Analisis ekonomi integratif dalam konteks ini melibatkan fokus tunggal pada fungsi ekonomi. Jadi di bawah kondisi kapitalis, tenaga kerja tidak hanya dieksploitasi tapi juga menghadapi keterasingan. Baiklah, itu saja materi yang dapat saya sampaikan. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, so the next material is bring by me. So here is my explanation about my material. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sidianto, and now I will present my material about Althusser Marxism, economic determinism. Alois Althusser was a French philosopher whose major work was published in the 1916 and 1917. At a time when there was a widespread intellectual interest in Marxism and structuralism, in keeping with convention of academic theory France, Althusser himself denied they are post-structuralism and postmodernism. Althusser is concerned with Marxist theory and the need to secure its philosophical foundation. At their simples, Althusser's objectives are to establish Marxism as a science to rid of economic determinism. In trying to attain them, Althusser develops a distinctive from first principle and works upon all kinds of empirical material to produce knowledge. Ideology which recognizes its relatively autonomous effects and does not rely upon economic determinism. Yet, what he has to say about education, which is very vague and sketchy anyway, is not consistent with either of these conditions. The function of ideology arises from the made production. Ideology secures the reproduction and relation of production. This means that ideology is accounted for by the economic base and has what autonomy it is assumed to have by virtue of its function, which is determined by mode of education. I think that's all of my material, and it will be continued by my teammates. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so the next material will be bring by Agus Ardianto. Agus Ardianto, time is yours.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I'm going to explain the altruist theory. The functionalism and economic determinism in altruist theory of ideology means that it cannot visualize education as a relatively autonomous institution with its own specific effectivity. Furthermore, the functions of education as ideology seems capable of ensuring the indefinite perpetuations of capitalism. Functionalist arguments do often seem to imply the internally guaranteed continuations of systems for which an institution is functional. What is surprising is that Marxists, which is what altruists claim to be, should think like this. Marxist, it is not necessarily hostile to functionalist explanation, nor is it the case that functionalist explanations are inherently wrong. But it is hardly characteristic of Marxism as it stands to argue that capitalism will go on forever. Those who chose to defend altruism can say his main explanatory theory is the class struggle. Marxism itself is often seen as a theory which explains societies and social change by their historically specific class struggle. However, this theory is difficult to reconcile with a simple-minded functionalism. The functions of an institution, the mass media, popular culture, education, or whatever, cannot be performed efficiently or persist undisturbed with continually confronted by wide-ranging and deep-seated class struggle. Such struggles, especially if they are important, must be capable of undermining functions at some point, no matter how powerful the functional institutions. I think that's all of my explanation. Thanks.
Okay, so the next material will be bring by Fitriani Mustafa. Fitriani Mustafa, time is yours.
My name is Fitriani Mustafa, and now I'm going to continue the explanation about Gramsci, Marxism, and popular culture. So, in Gramsci's theory, the point is the concept of hegemony. So, for Gramsci, the Marxist interpretation has always been relying too heavily on the significance of the economic class struggle and tend to underestimate the significance of the role of intellectuals and ideas in ensuring the success of the most dominant one in the revolution. So, the role of ideas and culture is what Gramsci understands as hegemony, which is produced by the activity of intellectuals and feeds into the class struggle. Thus, in his theoretical writings, which informs the development of Marxism as the political of working class emancipation, there are two aims which are related to it. Those are to combat economic and determinism in Marxist theory, and to provide a theory of the significance and autonomy of the superstructure, and most notably of its culture and ideology. So I think that's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, so the next material will be bring by Siti Rahmadani. Siti Rahmadani, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Rahmadi, and today I will be present about my material is Gramsci, Marxism, and popular culture. Althusser's theory answers critical problem which limit its application to the study of popular culture. This includes its abstractness, its functionalism, its determinism, and its declaration of conflict. In the end, they retrace its potential as a Marxist analysis of ideology. More recently, Gramsci's work has been seen as a way of overcoming some of these problems, and as a result, his ideas have become more influential. Indeed, the critical within cultural study of Althusser's and structuralism Marxism made that much easier if Gramsci is fixed upon as the star for the Marxist analysis of popular culture to follow. The major reason for Gramsci's importance is his development of the concept of hegemony. Now it even defines a particular approach to the study of popular culture, tweeted or sometimes his name usually attached the prefix neo to sagas that they no use are critically. For Gramsci, Martin is not simply as Keynes was concepts have to be defined and developed in a rigorous or logical manner. Normally, a perspective will equipped to make sense of the world, but in political theory, focus upon the emancipation of the working class. Marxism, in this sense, is a theory which guides, motivates, and inspires, while monitoring and building the socialist working class revolution. Like Althusser, Gramsci was to eradicate economic determinism from Marxist theory and to improve its explanation of the superstructure. However, Gramsci is more interested in Marxism's significance as a theory of political struggle than in its scientific credentials. He proposed an interpretation which stresses the fundamental role performed in historical change by human agency in the shape of class and other social struggle. So that's my material.
Okay, so the next material will be bring by Wahyu Atniani. Wahyu Atniani, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Wahyu Nyani. Here I will explain about concept Gramsci of hegemony. Okay, concept Gramsci concept of power is based simply on two moments of power relation domino or coercion and the deletion on consensus. These two moments are essential elements in it to constitutive elements of a state of balance, a state of equilibrium between social forces identified as the leader and the led. This state of balance consists of a coalition of class constituting an organic society within which the use of force is organic, fiscalist emergence, and organic crisis which threatens the hegemonic position and the ruling position of the leading class in the hegemonic system. Clearly, political state rule by a hegemonic class so defined would be rule in the which consensus predominates over coercion. According to Gramsci, consensus rests at the level of civil society and hence must be won there. On the other hand, coercion rests at the level of the state, more especially at the level of political society. Accordingly, hegemonic rule, characterized by the prominence of consensus over offer coercion, repression in both trim a balance and equilibrium. Okay, I think just all from me, and then I will then continue by Fitri Yani. Thank you.
Okay, so the next material will be bring by Fitri. Fitri, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fitri. I'm from group 1. Here I will continue the material from Ms. Wahyu Adniani about premise concept of hegemony. For example, Martin Clark definition hegemony as the way the ruling class control the media and education. Although this definition may be narrower the user, it reflects the user reading error of the concept, namely that hegemony is the way the ruling class control the institution, the control or influence or thinking. However, much of the hegemony literature in academic and activities take a slightly wider perspective than this by including more institution in the implementation of hegemony at the least, including the military and the political system. The problem is that even when these institutions are taken in account, the focus tends to be exclusively on the ruling class and its method of control. Hegemony is often used to describe the way the capitalist classes infiltrate the men of the people and apply their dominance. What escapes this definition is that Gramsci not only uses the term hegemony to describe the activities of the ruling class, he also uses it to describe the influence exerted by progressive force. Okay, I think this all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
And for the last material will be bring by Orinda Nutirto. Orinda Nutirto, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Orinda Nutirto, and now I will present my material about the popular culture in 1970. The 1970 coincided of lot of rebellion against the United States authority. In the 1970, it was as everyone was standing up and speaking out, fighting for their rights and for equality between all. People of color and women were fighting for the respect they deserved. They wanted to change the way the country viewed them because blacks were seen as sort of worthless lower class and women are viewed as powerless. As the 1970 moved toward the 1980, Americans becomes tired of social struggle. They become tired of losing money. They had been working together for common interest. Now, many wanted to spend more time on their own personal interests. This change operated in many parts of American society. It affected popular culture, education, and politics. For example, one of the most popular television programs of the time was about serious social issues. It was called All in the Family. It was about a factory worker who hates black people and opposed equal rights for women. His family slowly helped him to accept and follow different kinds of people. Their television programs, however, were beginning to present an escape from serious issues. This include Happy Days and their company. I think this is enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, I think that's all about our material, Marxism and popular culture. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.